What is up to all my Marriage at First Sight fans and lovers? We are back here for another recap of Marriage at First Sight. Because I've been away, I'm about to throw in 3, 4, and 5 all in one really quick. I hope it should be really quick. We're going to see. All right. So to all my newbies, what is up? What's going on? I am your girl Ash. Welcome to Ash's Recaps here. Self-explanatory, do recaps and little snippets of, things that I watch and of interest to me. Like, who else am I going to talk to about these good old shows? Of course, y'all. So sit back, relax, get your, I thought I had my Red Bull, but apparently no. I don't have my Red Bull here, but get whatever you gonna need to make yourself comfortable and enjoy this good old commentary here. Because y'all, it's been a lot going on, and I gotta catch up with y'all because that last video that I did on Marriage at First Sight, if you haven't checked it, go and check it. I probably say that was episode 2 because we're getting on 3, 4, and 5. Yes. So you need to check that out. You do, but you don't, because I put it out anyway, but the in and out audio, it was just like, oh my gosh. But I was not gonna post it. It was like, at least get that out there, fix the issue. As you can see, the issue is fixed, and it's nice. And we're nice and clear. At least I hope that this better be looking nice and clear, okay? Because, baby, but no. Y'all know, see, this how it ended up being long, because I be y'all talking and I be yapping. So if you think, I hope y'all like that, and I hope y'all love that about me. But, so, who we gonna talk about first? Let's get Ben and Morgan out the way, because they were the last to get married, y'all. I want to say that they got married, episode 4, 5? I really want to say episode 4 and 5. But nonetheless, they, are seeming to hit it off really good. I just do want to say that I know I was hard on Ben for looking like such a baby. But I think what was I thinking? It's because he doesn't have any facial hair. He has no facial hair. And it's boom. And when I realized he was just he, for whatever reason, he can't seem to grow it. It was just oh, Ben, I don't know how, I think I was just a little bit skeptical about Ben in the beginning. And now I'm really starting to like him. But we're going to see, once they start living together, how he lives and all that, how that's going to impact their relationship. So I'm definitely, quite serious on that. I was definitely concerned about him being a mama's boy, but she seems to be okay with that, what she says. But while I don't even know the extent of what his mama boy is, because I do watch I Love a Mama's Boy on Lifetime, and y'all, that is a mess. If you don't, I don't even know if I want to tell you to watch that, because you could be sitting here no, this cannot be real. This could not be real, because they are off the chain. But anywho, so y'all, see, if I try to do a recap on everything that I watch, y'all, I don't know if I'll be able to try to keep up. Maybe if I didn't have no kids, I probably could, but I don't even know. But anywho, so she said, like I said, we're going to see how that really pans out. They kissed at the altar. I know I love that they kissed at the altar. And when he asked permission to kiss her, she was yes, yes. Kiss me, man. I know that's right. Better put your lips on these lips here. So I say where I'm at now as far as with concern in regards to Ben and Morgan is, as well as their differences in regards to kids. So when he asked, did she want kids, her response was, he asked, did she want kids? And her response was to avoid, and actually was just well, you have a cat, so you're a cat dad now. And I was But I didn't really think about it too much at first. And then until when she was asked by his family, his mom was talking about kids and grandkids and wanting babies. And she was just talking about, more how she, wanted to do more, whatever, whatnot, before getting there. But at the same time, if that's what Ben wanted, it was basically worth a conversation. And then he had a conversation with her friends who basically confirmed that she didn't want kids, but she admitted that she did say that as well. She would be open if, depending on the person, or like if the person wanted it, I guess, or something like that. So I don't know. I'm just not all in with Morgan in regards to that and her situation with kids, but I guess we shall see. So, I don't know. She's definitely, it definitely seems like the attraction is there though. By the time that, they got to the honeymoon and they, explained to everybody why, what happened with Ben having COVID. Like, she told the girls that she definitely feels some sexual chemistry between them. Didn't really hear much on that as far as, Ben is concerned, but I think his more concern was just like, as far as like what he said when all the guys like met up on the boat, was his more concern was just the kid situation. So I'm actually surprised I didn't do them first. Like, let's let Mitch and Kristen. Like, first off, I did not. I know I'm not really knowing how I feel about Mitch already. And then by 5, I was really like, okay, sir, like what are you doing? What is really going on? So the whole bitch fit that he had about his haircut and then the tie. And I'm like, okay, maybe let's give him a little grace. It's pressure, nerves, all that, whatever. And then now I ain't gonna say confusing, but men are just stupid and they don't think, is what I'm gonna try to just pass it on to, and just try to just leave it at that, and not like, dude, I'm sorry guys, take offense, but y'all just don't always be thinking all the time. So for her, I can get why it's confusing. He don't understand the confusion of it or whatnot, because it's just typical, oh, I wanted to just try to show affection, and then I just got hard, basically. And which to me is just typical guy thing. They don't, because sometimes just, even though all the while you're saying that you're not attracted. So he's been pushing this whole, natural look, it's a woman, I guess, in her natural state, I guess, that is more attractive to him. And so when she took off her makeup, that's okay, that's what it was. So when she took off her makeup and, y'all, as I'm sitting here recording, I got to thinking, what if he's actually lying? What if he's lying about what his attraction is because he was never originally attracted to Kristen? And now, of course, she's just keeping up with this lie. Because remember, like I said, in the beginning, after the wedding, he said after she took off her makeup that he was attracted to her in a natural state. He basically said that she was attractive or whatever or whatnot. So it's confusing when later on at the honeymoon, he's telling her, oh, the physical attraction is not there, and he's having to call his family and try to get, some insight and, whatever. And so there could be a lot of, him having, expectations of whatever, which he said he wasn't going to go into having. And as well, like, with Alexis and Justin, Alexis was not immediately attracted. There were other couples from other seasons that were not immediately attractive, but you stick in and get to know the person and see if that attraction can actually grow. But when he goes all the way into, like I said, like taking, like I said, because at first I was like, okay, what's wrong with y'all having, strawberries or some tequila? Like, he's still your husband. Y'all still need to have time. You still should try to have intimacy. He still should try things so that attraction can grow. But I didn't know that, it was going to end up in him trying to, and it, like I said, it doesn't sound like he was trying to make a move. It just happened because he's a man, basically, like, and then not thinking about her and her feelings on that aspect after you basically sat in my face and told me that you're not physically attracted to me. Sir, like, come, like, 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 you can't be this dumb at the same time. Like, come on now. Like, I don't know if I'm feeling the guy. Like, he seems like a nice guy at the same time, but even his family talking about him at the, at the little family meetup or whatever, whatnot, was just like, but yo, wasn't that crazy though, that Ben and they basically sent Ben and, what's baby girl name? Shoot, Morgan, like right on the log on the trip. Like they didn't even do the meetup with the parents, which I guess like made sense, like because of him having COVID and then them having to, I guess they're trying to give them a chance to have the honeymoon with, the rest of the couples and as well, just have the honeymoon in general. Like, so, hey, but anyway, getting, back to, Mitch and Kristen, like, Kristen is a beautiful woman to me. So, when she came out and they had that dinner, when he told her that he wasn't attracted to her, and I'm like, girl, like that black dress, like I feel like that was very flattering to her. Like, look, but I guess what does my opinion matter? And like my opinion don't matter. He's married to her, so his opinion matters. But I don't. I'm trying to figure out, well, what is your girl? Because I feel like they're actually like a good match. So I'm trying to figure out, what does your girl look like? Because like, don't be reaching. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious as to what his physical attraction is normally, I guess. Or is he just overthinking? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't even gonna stay on them too long because it makes me mad. What's crazy is that, as well as I definitely was wrong in like the prediction phase. Like, I thought everybody was definitely going to be like good, and like probably like I thought Lindy and Miguel was probably going to be the main ones. I was going to be like more on a slower pace of things, but I feel like even they are moving a bit faster than Mitch and Kristen. So like they're probably the only ones without that, sexual chemistry going on, and that intimacy like level or whatever. Not everybody is like really looking good and like in their relationships from eyes. And I don't know, I'm more for Kristen. Like, come on. So all right, I had to just add that in really quick. Like, all right, we're gonna move on to the next couple for real this time. Lindy and Miguel are like the cutest couple to me. I love them together. I'm a bit concerned, but I still like love them together. They really seem to be like hitting it off in a good way, but there's definitely some differences there, on how they like see things, and then some trauma, that they both have, that which I definitely agree with Lindy. Like, it's either going to, bring them closer together and they're going to grow within it, or it's going to damage them, like period, point blank. But I love the fact that they really got, like in depth in it some, like, and really like just going ahead and getting into that family background, and Miguel being vulnerable about that, about how he grew up in his, with his dad and then with his mom, and then oh my God, like it really sounds like he's really like done some healing and some work. It reminds me of Miguel Ruiz. That's just like that, like his book or whatever, whatnot. Like the grace that now he has for his mom, who, was schizophrenic, and he feels so bad, but it's like he needs to give himself grace, like, as well, because he was a child. Like, he didn't know, like, he didn't understand, that she had, a mental disease. And I hope I said that right. Is the word disease, but y'all know what I mean. That, and you know, and it's good now that he can grow up, and that now that he's grown and understand and has the capabilities to understand what she was going through and all that is it, and him just saying like, you know, I don't take it personal, you know, for, you know, what has happened. You know, they were dealt a hand and they did what they felt was best that they could do, you know, with that hand. And that just is what it is. And that's how it is, you know, for everyone. And it's be great if we all could kind of like see it that way. Because kind of like really is that way, if you ask me, in my opinion. But, you know, I really love that. And I really love that from, you know, that was able to be put out there and to be, you know, expressed. I really feel like some people can really give like some hidden gems and, you know, in here, you know, somewhere. So you know, then then the whole, you know, like religion, like whole thing situation like going on. And you know, Miguel is more like, you know, because I know his family, that was like something her family was like, you know, really on. Her brother wanted her with somebody who, believed in like a higher power, or however we want to put it. And, you know, Miguel was just like, you know, it's just so many religions basically out there. And who's to say that who is wrong, who's wrong? I can completely understand where he's coming from and that standpoint. Blame the Libra in me. But it makes sense to me because I can kind of see that same viewpoint in the same way. Or while at the same time, I believe a lot of these religions are basically all saying the same thing. They just saying your higher, they just have a different name for whoever your higher power necessarily is, or whatever or whatnot. So, but at the same time, and I wonder, like, because I was just like, well, technically, that's right. Remember, like, she, even though, you know, she was told, of course, she was, like, she had sex basically before wedlock, which was obviously not, which was against her religion. So, her doing that, you know, kind of like, and then, you know, like, going in, like, her story had me thinking like, okay, well, you know, and kind of rebelling or whatever, as what it seemed in her interview in the beginning of this season. So it made me like, you know, maybe, you know, she wasn't as into her religion as she was grown up to be. But that as well still has how am I trying to word this? I can't even put my words together. That still has a effect on how she views sex. I think I just put that out there. I wanted to get that out. So, you know, while at the same time, Miguel is more like, you know, well, remember, it's, you know, a form of affection. And it's how I want to basically show you that, you know, I love you and my feelings for you. So, you know, but at the same time, he's saying that his needs are being met in another way. Now, I don't know if that means in another different type of sexual way or just in feelings. So, the mystery of it all. But, you know, Lindy kind of has the same views, though. She wants to break the cycle, you know, as far as like, you know, well, while it seems that, excuse me, no, yes, she does want to break the cycle. And it sounds like Miguel may be someone who may be able to help her, because I think he may be more further along in healing from his trauma than what she may have. Though at the same time, you know, I'm pretty sure like we all, you know, you all just still have your stuff, because I feel like obviously that still I think that it shows up in his relationship still in some type of way. So yeah, Alexis and Justin are probably one of my favorite couples, like, as well. Like, I really like all the couples. Like, that's the thing, I really like all the couples for the most part. But Alexis and Justin, like, I really like them. Like, I love that the brother, for one, was able to admit that, you know, he was, you know, putting his own thoughts and views. You know, he was projecting that into Justin and onto Justin, and was able to kind of like, you know, apologize and let that man be a man, you know, and grow up, make his own decision, you know, and let that be that. So like, but they're like really hitting it off. Their chemistry, I feel like it's just off the chain, sexual chemistry, like it's definitely all there. And I love that she, you know, admits that, you know, the attraction was not there, but literally in this short amount of time, it's literally grown and them getting to know each other, and then just Justin being Justin. Like I think like they might have really like did something with this couple here, y'all. But it scares me a little bit too, because Justin goes on and expresses that he loves her. Like he goes ahead and says it, and that he's in love. And while again, there could be Libra in me, a lover of love or whatever or whatnot. I don't know if I necessarily that I'd be saying I love someone in 3 days, but I don't know if I've felt the things that they felt. But at the same time, I do feel like that I feel like Nate said it as well. Like he was when he had told the guys that he told her that he loved her, and Nate was just like, I think, you know, he's impressed, you know, with her, and you know, just, and I was thinking the same thing, not exactly the same thing, but I was thinking more of just like, I don't think it's lust. I think it's more of just like their chemistry and that energy and that, you know, that feeling that they're, you know, have for each other is so big and huge and maybe overwhelming, but maybe not in a bad way, like in a bad way. So I think it's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Who am I to say? Who am I to judge? So but that's where I'm at with it. Like I'm like, okay, but I'm like, you know, but I really think that it's something's definitely like really there. Like I don't know what y'all see, but I see it. So around the other side, you know, she's, you know, not very you know, vulnerable and upfront, you know, about talking about her feelings. And so, you know, of course she's not willing, you know, to, you know, take that step to say it back to him. And she's more of, you know, well, I need more time. I need to see more things. You know, to really see if it's there. But what's crazy is as well, she did say that she could tell that he loved her. So who's to say that he don't? And sometimes when it's the one, don't they say that it's like immediate love? So I don't know. Maybe I'm not against it. It's basically all to say it. While I'm like, I can see it, and while I can question and think, of like, I'm not against it. Like there's no, I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not saying like there's necessarily no way at all like that, you know, could be love or that he could love her already. Like I'm not saying that. So I'm just completely open. But I really love them. They're just so cute. I love them as a couple. I'm loving them already. And it's like Justin is very blunt about talking about his manhood and always what he got going on. Like I be something like Justin, okay. It's good when it's like guy banter, guy talk, but don't be doing that all in front of everybody and all the other ladies and all the other like Tony Dale, my boy Tony Dale. And that's what's crazy, y'all, because they matched on Hinge. And so if that's not love, y'all, like I don't know, like I don't know what it is. Like, okay, like come on, like come on. Let's get on into our last couple, Sasha and Nate. So I absolutely love Sasha and Nate too. And of course, another one of my favorite couples. Like that's what I say. How can I like all of them are like my favorite, almost my favorite couples. Like so, they seem to be, you know, satisfied with what they got. Both wanted power couples. Like they got a lot of what they wanted as far as like, you know, in the the opposite sex or whatever, I guess, or whatnot. They both feel like that they were, you know, greatly matched or whatever at the same time. And I'm loving them as a couple. And of course, my little concerns here wondering, I don't know, I just feel like Sasha might be a little judgmental and just, like, I don't know, like, first of all, who is this Megan friend? Who is this girl? First off, y'all been married for how long? Y'all been friends for what, 1-2 years that you've known him? And you would have thought the way that she was, like, so emotional, that she had been knowing, like, this man, like, for years. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Sometimes you just have that connection with people. But the way that she was looking at him, and no, I just feel like Shorty felt like that she should have shot her shot, and she might have just missed out. And like, I don't know. I don't know. That I'm gonna stop saying that, because my feelings is my feelings. I ain't gonna say I don't know, like that's just what it is, and I ain't gonna say I don't. Like, stop saying that though. I feel like that's something to stop saying. But I ain't like it. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Do you think I'm seeing too much? Did y'all see what I saw? Like, I just don't. I didn't get what she thought that she was, like, coming off with that. And then, oh, I hope we're still going to be able to. Shorty, y'all are, I get it that y'all used to have, he's married now. This ain't going to be no a whole third wheeling all the time. Sasha not going to be wanting to look at you every time they want to go and do something and get... Megan going to have her little feelings hurt. I definitely feel like that could definitely be a little thing, this whole female friends and friend boundaries or whatnot like that. That's, y'all just get ready. I'm letting y'all know, just get ready. But so they seem to be doing good, though. There's some alarming things, to Stasha already, about, Nate. But I definitely feel like I think she needs to get him a little bit of slack, especially in getting out of the habits of it's just not me anymore. And you literally said the same thing about yourself, that might be, that your work ethic and, you're always working and, being independent and wanting what you want. And so there's going to be a time where you're going to be in that moment of I'm thinking about me and not thinking about us as a couple. And so when they went to ride the ATVs and literally, like, just basically spoke it, basically, she's like, yeah. In her interview, she's like, yeah, I want to see how he's going to, do, if he's going to do his own thing, if he's going to da-da-da-da-da. And of course, it ends up, of him doing his own thing. But for me, I can completely get what this is an experience for him. That's where they went to. What was the name of the place that they went to, y'all? I can't say nothing. Preto, Bella, I ain't gonna say any. Barata, Mexico. They went to Mexico, y'all, basically. And, him not, obviously not go being there before, he wanted to, like, experience it and whatever. So, like, fine, I get him on that. While at the same time, I'm like, Sasha, give him slack. You can't expect him to change overnight, just like he can't expect you to change overnight. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a moment where Sasha is going to be doing a Sasha thing and not thinking about Nate. So y'all mark me, because I'll be here talking about it. You better believe it. I'm be coming in here getting on her ass. All right. So what else bothered me? The bankruptcy situation. Like, things happen, and sometimes with businesses, they don't always work, they don't always fail. That don't make him a failure, because you were able to go and get your stuff started and shoot off and whatever. And then of course at the same time we sliding in the prenup, the post-nup situation, which surprisingly, I was surprised that he, was so, I ain't gonna say gave in so easily, but he, didn't push hard either or whatever. Not that I'm expecting him to push hard, but it was just like he obviously made it clear that he was hurt by it or whatever or whatnot. But then he was just like, but then as well, was just like, hey, that's fair. That's what make you comfortable. I'm good with it. And so he's like, I feel like she don't trust me. but I want to build that. So I applaud Nate. Hey, she said that she wanted to do it. It was a deal breaker for her, and Nate is ready to sign that dotted line for her too. So, so since he was able to compromise on that, she need to be able to compromise on these kids in a year. Because baby, I understand, and I keep forgetting that, you know, she is older. She's like she's in her 40s, because she don't, girl, that baby looks good. Shorty looks good, you know, whatnot. So yeah, you need a year is like right after this process, like basically, like y'all basically almost after this process, like give y'all a little chance to breathe, enjoy these cameras, you know, enjoy the time without the cameras, and really like get into life without cameras. It's like, I guess, like, I don't know, everybody just, I guess, just says that when the cameras leave, like, just things change or whatever, whatnot. Like I don't know. And I guess not having that accountability and that support, you know, from the professionals, which you technically can. Y'all technically can go out here and get counseling and go to counseling. Like I said, I feel like a lot of these relationships don't work because they just don't put in the work, like, period. Just, and I'm just gonna stand by that. So, yeah, she better just be able to compromise on this whole kid situation, because he's on a more 2-3 year ish type of thing, which I'm like, okay, all right, fair, because he, you know, he wants kids soon too. So overall, y'all, like, that's where we at. Definitely catch this next one. We're gonna get into 6, you know, see what's going on there, see what that's about. And nobody said they have consummated the marriage yet, which I'm like, though I wonder, like, if that's what's happening in the next episode. Is that what they're talking about, Ben and Morgan? But I don't know. I guess we're going to see in a little bit, because it's technically like 9 o'clock. So by the time, oh, that's going to be good. So by the time I get in and watch it live, I can go ahead and fast forward through the previews or whatever or whatnot. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna try to, yeah. So that means I'll probably end up editing this video tonight. So yeah, probably y'all expect these videos to be up, you know, tomorrow. If not, yeah, basically like early, possibly in the morning if I don't fall asleep, or basically, yeah, Thursday afternoonish. Something like that. So let me know your comments. I know that was kind of quick-ish, not-ish. The video got cut off at some point because I think like there's a storm warning or something or whatever. So we might be looking at 30 minutes of video possibly. 30 plus basically is what I mean. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like, especially if you made it all the way through. All right, I appreciate y'all for checking in with me and watching my videos always. So definitely liking this videos and subscribing. That definitely helps me out. So see y'all in the next one.